Remember when you could spend hours browsing aisles of VHS tapes or flipping through bestsellers? What happened to those beloved stores that once dominated American retail? Join us on a nostalgic journey as we explore the rise and fall of 12 iconic chains. From electronics giants to toy empires, we'll uncover how changing technology and shopping habits reshaped our retail landscape. These stores left a void in our hearts and communities. Ever wonder what led to the downfall of Blockbuster or Toys R Us? We'll reveal the stories behind their disappearance and the economic factors that sealed their fate, showing how these once mighty retailers became relics of the past. Remember those Friday nights at Blockbuster? The smell of popcorn, the rows of colorful VHS cases, and the thrill of finding that last copy of a new release. It was more than just renting a movie. But as we fast forward to the digital age, Blockbuster faced a plot twist it couldn't overcome. Enter Netflix, the plucky upstart that changed how we watch movies forever. No more driving to stores or late fees. Films came right to your mailbox. Blockbuster tried to keep up, even attempting its own streaming service, but it was like trying to rewind a DVD. As customers flocked to Netflix's convenient, no late fee model, Blockbuster's profits started looking more like a B-movie flop than a blockbuster hit. The once mighty video giant had met its match in the digital realm. Remember the enchanted world of Toys R Us? Those aisles weren't just shelves. They were gateways to imagination, where every kid was a VIP. At its peak, Toys R Us was the epicenter of toy crazes, with crowds lining up for hours to snag the latest must-have plaything. But while we were lost in play, the retail game changed. Big box stores and online giants started offering more choices at lower prices. Our beloved toy paradise struggled to keep up, burdened by a debt from a 2005 leveraged buyout, essentially a huge loan used to buy the business. Despite efforts to modernize, including teaming up with Target for online sales, it was too late. In 2017, Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy, leaving us all a little less magical. Remember when buying a new TV felt like stepping into the future? That was Circuit City, a wonderland of blinking screens and beeping gadgets. But as one retail giant crumbled, this electronics powerhouse faced its own digital disruption. With over 1,500 stores, Circuit City was everywhere. But as the new millennium arrived, Best Buy stole the spotlight with customer-friendly layouts and aggressive pricing. Circuit City stumbled, notably with DivX, their failed attempt at reinventing movie rentals with limited-time watchable discs that couldn't compete with rising streaming services. Desperate to cut costs, Circuit City laid off its highest-paid sales staff. Customers noticed the drop in service quality, and sales plummeted. By 2008, shelves were emptying, and not from purchases. The company filed for bankruptcy, citing tough competition and changing consumer habits, a shocking end for a store that once promised us the future. And how about the cozy atmosphere of Borders? The scent of fresh coffee mingling with new books as you browsed endless shelves. It was more than a bookstore. It was a haven for book lovers. In 2003, Borders commanded 10% of the U.S. book market, but a plot twist was coming: the digital revolution. Ebooks exploded, snagging 20% of the market by 2011. Borders struggled to keep up, and while Amazon perfected the Kindle, Borders fumbled with e-commerce. They launched the Kobo e-reader, but it was too late. Unlike Barnes & Noble, which adapted better, Borders couldn't keep pace. Despite attempts to modernize with digital kiosks and expanded merchandise, Borders couldn't stem declining sales. In 2011, they closed their final chapter, leaving book lovers to reminisce about the good old days of physical browsing. Imagine a world without online shopping. That's how essential Sears was to American life for generations. From humble beginnings as a mail-order watch company, Sears grew into a retail empire that shaped suburban America. Remember those Craftsman tools your dad swore by? Or the Kenmore appliances that lasted forever? Sears didn't just sell products, it created American classics. But even giants can fall. As malls emptied and online retailers like Amazon took off, Sears found itself in unfamiliar territory. The company that once sold everything from houses to hairpins suddenly seemed out of touch. The Sears Tower in Chicago, once the world's tallest building, stood as a reminder of fading glory. Stores began closing one by one, like watching a childhood friend fade away. Despite merging with Kmart in 2004, Sears struggled to adapt to the digital age. Picture this: a sudden flash of blue light illuminates the stores, and shoppers scramble. That's the magic of Kmart's Blue Light Specials. But Kmart's story began long before these famous deals. In 1899, S.S. Kresge laid the foundation for what would become a discount shopping revolution. By 1962, the first Kmart store opened, offering an unprecedented range of affordable goods under one roof. While Kmart dazzled customers with surprise deals, competitors like Walmart and Target focused on everyday low prices and streamlined operations. Kmart struggled to keep up despite attempts to modernize. In 2004, Kmart merged with Sears in a last-ditch effort. But combining two struggling retailers didn't solve their problems. Unable to compete with online convenience and rivals' consistent bargains, Kmart's once bright blue light began to dim. Imagine a world without smartphones or online shopping. That's the era when Radio Shack reigned supreme. This tech haven was once America's go-to spot for everything from batteries to circuit boards. With over 7,000 stores nationwide, Radio Shack was more than just a store. It was a tech playground. Need a soldering iron or advice on building your own computer? The knowledgeable staff had you covered. But as the digital revolution accelerated, Radio Shack struggled to keep pace. Despite attempts to modernize with online platforms and smaller store formats, the rise of specialized retailers and e-commerce giants left Radio Shack scrambling. The brand that had once been synonymous with DIY electronics filed for bankruptcy twice, in 2015 and 2017, marking the end of an era for our favorite gadget guru. Remember stepping into a Pier 1 store? It was like entering a global bazaar, filled with exotic scents and eye-catching treasures. From wicker peacock chairs to colorful mosaic lamps, Pier 1 brought the world to American homes. But as the new millennium dawned, this quirky retailer faced challenges. Online shopping made it easy to find Balinese-inspired decor without leaving your couch. Big box stores offered similar products at lower prices. Meanwhile, home decor trends shifted, leaving Pier 1's eclectic style behind. Unlike successful competitors who adapted quickly, Pier 1 struggled to reinvent itself. Their online efforts felt clumsy, and foot traffic in stores dwindled. The once bustling importer of global treasures was becoming a relic of retail's past. Remember your first pair of school shoes? For many, that meant a trip to Payless Shoe Source. Let's walk through the rise and fall of this budget footwear empire. Starting as Volume Shoe Corporation in 1956, Payless grew to over 4,400 stores nationwide, even stepping into international markets. As the 2000s rolled in, Payless tried to modernize. They partnered with designers like Christian Serrano and Isabel Toledo, aiming to attract a broader customer base. But online shopping was taking off, and competitors were giving Payless a run for its money. Despite attempts to rebrand, Payless struggled to keep up. The company filed for bankruptcy twice, in 2017 and 2019. Overwhelming debt and changing retail trends proved too much. It was like watching your favorite childhood sneakers fall apart, sad and a little nostalgic, all at the same time. Remember The Limited? It wasn't just a store, it was the ultimate fashion destination of the 80s and 90s. Picture rows of power suits, little black dresses, and those iconic structured blazers that defined a generation of working women. With over 700 stores nationwide, The Limited was as much a part of the mall experience as food court pretzels. But as the new millennium rolled in, this fashion giant stumbled. Fast fashion brands like H&M and Zara swooped in, offering trendy looks at lightning speed and bargain prices. The Limited's once cutting-edge style started to feel, well, limited. And let's not forget the online shopping revolution. While successful retailers seamlessly blended brick and mortar with e-commerce, the Limited's late attempt at an online store was like trying on last season's trends. It just didn't fit anymore. Do you remember your first apartment shopping spree? Let's talk about Linen & Things, the once beloved home goods haven. With over 500 stores nationwide, it was the go-to spot for everything from plush towels to quirky kitchen gadgets. In the early 2000s, this store was your one-stop shop for trendy throw pillows and fancy blenders, promising smoother smoothies. But while Linens & Things was busy arranging its display beds, retail storms were brewing. Bed Bath & Beyond expanded rapidly, offering a sleeker experience and wider product range. Online shopping added another challenge, with e-commerce sites gaining ground. Linens & Things tried to keep up, launching its own website and introducing new product lines. But these efforts weren't enough to save this home goods giant from fading into retail history. And lastly, how about those iconic Woolworths lunch counters? More than just eateries, they became powerful symbols of the civil rights movement in the 1960s as peaceful protesters challenged segregation. But Woolworths was a retail revolution beyond its famous counters. This five-and-dime pioneer offered affordable goods from household essentials to quirky knickknacks, shaping American shopping for decades with over 5,000 stores nationwide. As times changed, Woolworths struggled against discount giants like Walmart and online shopping. Its closure marked the end of an era, but many old Woolworths buildings found new life as trendy restaurants, boutiques, and offices. It's like the retail circle of life. Out with the old, in with the new, but the legacy lives on in unexpected ways. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this nostalgic look back on some of the most unforgettable retail stores that are no longer around, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. See you in the next one.